Well, hot damn, man. There's a lot of people in here already. How you doing, guys? It's good to see you. Um, who we got? Who we got? Who we got? We got Mignon. Oh, Rockabilly. I think Mignon beat you by a split second. uh, Renee, Angelina ATF, Angel Eyes, Caleb, my man. Norma Thomas. All right. Just a few of you in here right now. I love it. So I didn't have a whole big plan of what I was going to do when I came on here tonight, which you guys know I almost never do anyway. So Mimi J2, my plan, I guess, right now is, you know what? I think we're going to watch some Karens, dude. You know, because the thing is, guys, I got to be honest with you. I gotta take a little break from the crazy shit that's going on in the world. I just got to unplug for a night with that stuff, at least for a while. You know, I mean, it's something that I feel really strongly about. I think there's a lot of shit going on, and I think I've been pretty clear about where my opinions are on that. So I don't feel the need, at least not right now, to kind of beat a dead horse, keep it, just I just don't see the. I guess I'm just kind of getting sick of bitching about it. Does that make sense? I don't like to complain. I'm aware of what's going on in the world. You guys got my natural reaction to it pretty much in real time. And I don't really see how productive it's going to be to just keep on with it and keep on with it. Now, obviously, if something real massive, something crazy happens, you know what I'm saying? If something like that takes place, of course, I'm going to get on here and talk about it. Sure. But I just don't. What are you saying over here, TCH? Let me say. Oh my God, I was guarding today and I listened to you on CK. Okay, they have video of the girls walking alive to the truck and the police did not catch it. Someone else did. I agreed with you so much. Over. Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, whatever. Yeah, fucking Kay. I wasn't even drinking last night, and Kay somehow got me talking about the damn Watts case, which I don't even know how she pulled that off because I can't stand talking about it. Now, I was just on Save Robbie's live, and he just actually did something pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if it's cool. I mean, I could see that it's interesting, and I'm not criticizing him. I'm not. I'm just saying, they drove to the site. I know a lot of people are curious about that. I didn't stick around for that. It's just not something that I feel like I need to see. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just don't give a shit about the Watts case anymore. So, but that's pretty much it. But it makes sense, to go and see it for yourself and get an idea of what it looked like. I mean, it is a crime scene. It's perfectly, like I said, I'm not criticizing it. I just didn't stick around for it because it's not something that really overwhelms me with interest. Put it that way. But I, but go back and watch it if it's something that you're into. Definitely go back and watch. If you guys are still talking about the Watts case, and you're thinking about the Watts case, which I know a lot of people are, which is fine. It's cool. It's just not my thing anymore. But if it's for you, definitely check that out, man. I mean, that's some interesting shit that Robbie actually has. He lives out there, so he has the luxury of being able to go out there and look at, show you guys live what that site looks like. For true crime aficionados, it's definitely it's definitely some interesting coverage. So last night I was on Kay's live, and I had a really fun time. We Kay talks about some pretty wild stuff. I mean, she just has a wild way of looking at things. And some people just can't handle it. And I like to watch her and kind of instigate a little bit too, people getting mad at her. And I mean, dude, she's got some serious haters out there, serious haters. And I'm not going to get into it, but she spoke about sexual assault that takes place in the military. And basically she was exploring out loud, acknowledging that there's a problem there, and offering possible solutions, and being open to hearing other solutions. And people lost their shit on her, and they they completely lost it in her like business page group. And I mean, the threads are so long, and I mean, she's like totally just constantly just deflecting some horrible insult. She just texted me right now a screenshot to something else, and I was like, Jesus. Like pure hatred. Like, dude, I mean, she's laughing about it, but I mean, it concerns me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It concerns me a little bit when people on the internet have that much hatred for a YouTube creator. I mean, we're just fucking YouTube creators, dude. We come up here and we talk shit. That's what we do. I mean, that's what I do anyway. You know what I mean? Like, why is what somebody on here has to say so effective to you? Like, why does it affect you so much? You know what I'm saying? It simply just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I can't wrap my head around why people feel the need to get so upset, and they look for it, and Kay knows what she's going to say is going to piss certain people off. She knows it, but I'm on there and I'm just like, wow. She just goes over, she took screenshots of a bunch of the comments and just started reading them. And if you watched it last night, it was some hateful shit. And the text messages she just sent me with the screenshots, more just hateful shit. Not just like, you suck, but like, you are a vile human being that should die a horrible death kind of shit, and you're like, God, like, you don't even know her, I don't even know her well enough to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to her all the time on here, and I don't even know her well enough to have that much hatred for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense at all. If it's YouTube, just turn the channel, just don't watch it. What did you join a group for? I mean, right, Renee, she doesn't deserve it, but she's aware that it's gonna happen, but it's a sad state of affairs, because all that is just anticipating the fact that you're going to say something that some people are going to be mature enough and intelligent enough and thrive to be intellectual enough to be able to ponder these things and then talk about them. I mean, there's no need to take them personally. Or jump to conclusions as to assuming what she says, and then have this person completely summed up. It's insane to me. But we talked all about that last night, and then she got me talking about the Watts case. It was a long one. I think it was like almost 5 hours long. But it's, I don't know, man. But so last week, it wasn't even last week, it was earlier this week, I had Colton Harris Moore on here, and big shout out to him. I had a good time. Thank you again for that, and I want to thank everybody in chat for coming in and being all cool, because that was very cool of him to take the time to be on this channel and talk to us and give us a little of that very sharp Colton insight. But so yeah. So a lot of serious conversation has been taking place. It's just, going from talking about, and I know we talk about true crime on here and things like that, but we always kind of balance that out, But the thing is right now we're just bombarded with craziness that's just, coming from all directions right now in the world. It's really, really wild. And it's a lot to absorb, and it's frankly it's too much to make a solid opinion on logically, in my opinion. I don't have a set opinion on everything that's going on. I have opinions on certain things, but a lot of them are theory based. My mind could be changed at any time. Shit, I somebody could philosophize Antifa's whole agenda to and explain it well enough to where I might go, you know what? I didn't think of it that way. That could happen for all I know. I doubt it, but it could happen. Right. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. But, so we're gonna watch a Karen video. We're gonna watch a nice little Karen compilation and just talk shit over it, because we're gonna take things a little easy, and we're gonna point out stuff that's going on in the world, but it's not too much to worry about. It's just something to laugh at and make fun of. So let's watch some Karens act the fool here. Can you guys hear that? I'm not even sure if I hit the share audio. Can you guys hear that? Let me just do it over again just to make sure. All right, hold on. I'm going to do this. I don't think I shared it last time. All right. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Come to get my son because you guys haven't given him any drinks or anything else. Do you know he's got an aneurysm in his heart? You give a no? No, you don't give a because of you. Because of me? No, it's because you're son.
Yo, lady, it's called a bra. First of all, like, nobody's gonna take you seriously when you got those things swinging in people's faces. I mean, let's take another. I know it's kind of gross, but look at these things. These things have their own agenda. Watch these. Because of you.
Because of me.
There they go.
Get out of here! I'm telling you what.
It's because
dude.
Son. He's a fucking
those
like you and your dog and everything else.
She's armed, bro. Like those things are weapons. She's armed.
Oh my
God. Wow.
Well, you're a Karen. I never thought I would come across a Karen, but
what are you talking about, dude? Like, Karens are everywhere. Like, do you have a job? If you have a job, you're gonna run into a Karen at least once every 2 weeks. At least once every bi-weekly. The universe brings a Karen right along you. And maybe it depends on the degree of Karen. It depends on like how intense the situation is. But you're gonna, at least a Karen who's gonna roll her eyes at you because she didn't get a response out of you that she was hoping.
actually it's not. But I will agree with you. I will agree with your state of mind. Okay, you're a Karen. Call me a racist. That's okay. Don't stop
No,
me.
like, I really want to know what the definition of Karen is.
A Karen is somebody that look at somebody black and they call the cops on them because of fear.
Okay, that's not what a Karen is, dude. Okay, that's not what a Karen is. That's what the media is making a Karen out to be now. And it sucks because it's going to twist up the meaning. But what a Karen is, people, just for, for those of y'all in the back, a Karen is basically somebody who just looks for anything they can to complain about. Somebody that's so miserable with their current situation that they look for any excuse to find the worst possible way they can receive something from another person. So if somebody comes along and they have a statement and they say that statement out loud, somehow it triggers them to be able to take that statement, twist it, make it their own, or they're just simply short-tempered over stupid shit because, like I said, they have problems with they've got whatever going on in their life, and then they're looking for anything they can to explode and complain about. So let's see the rest of this. Let's see. So now look at her. Like, I love the shot that I just paused it on, because she's like sitting there trying to figure it out, trying to understand what he's talking about. And I mean, yeah, I don't think she's a Karen necessarily yet, because I don't go by that definition to describe a Karen, that it's just a racist woman who freaks out and calls the cops because of the color of somebody's. No, that's just a racist asshole. That's all that is. That's just a bigot. That has nothing to do with being a Karen. That's already got a name. That's already got a name, and it's bigot.
Oh, so I'm actually smart enough not to even indulge in a conversation with you.
This is my goal.
Then
They
why are you
actually
talking
asked
to
me
me,
what
dude?
the f is a Karen. She just asked me, calling somebody a Karen is racist.
Half my family is black. I don't think
Shut the f up.
I don't think she's racist. I'm letting you know.
Shut the f up.
Are you from New York?
This guy is the asshole, dude. Like, is everybody hearing this guy? Like, he's the aggressor. Clearly the aggressor, right? I mean, look at him. Listen to him. He's telling her to shut up. Everybody's probably drunk. They seem to be at a spot where, it seems to be sitting at a bar is what it looks like. He's smoking a cigarette. It's outside. But he seems to be like, I don't know. I feel like he has an issue with them and started shit with them because he had too much to drink. That's what it's looking like to me here in this particular one. Because she hasn't shown me anything.
What does that mean?
Because your attitude and your profanity is disgusting and it's different.
You just called everybody. No, there is.
Now what's rule number one with these videos, folks? Rule number one with these videos is we don't know what happened that took place that inspired this person to pick up his phone, open the video, open the camera app, and switch it to video and hit record. To take all those steps to pick up his phone and go through that so he could record. So we don't know what took place. This girl could see that she's being recorded right now, and she could very well have, prior to this, totally went off on everybody in the bar, like the way he's saying, and now she's trying to compose herself because she knows she's going to be blasted all over social media.
A white person who has success, there's a fine line and there's a toxic difference. You should go back to school and you should learn. You guys came from slavery. Just understand that. That's in the past. That's in the past. Do you not comprehend that? This is America. We are all equal.
What the f are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
She's making perfect sense, She's making perfect sense. I mean, again, we don't know what happened prior to this. She could just be putting on an act.
Just like
I thought this only happens on Facebook. Don't get engaged in this. Like, do not engage in this, man. Do not engage in this.
no one's gonna be angry.
Ain't nobody call you a trailer trap.
Yeah, I'm thinking that dude was the asshole, right? I mean, I'm thinking that dude was the aggressor. the way it seems like. And that girl was just standing up for herself. I mean, you're not going to just call me a racist like that. Like, I'm not just going to sit there and take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some insulting shit. That's like calling me a thief. You know, I'm not going to stand there and just take that. We're going to have words.
Security. You have to. We were right here when she was doing this. No, you cannot do this. You can't do this. You can't. Please, you cannot do this. We were here. All these people. No, because we couldn't hear anything.
Oh, this is the airport. This is a boarding gate. She's about to get on a plane. Well, she's not about to get on a plane. They're telling her you can't get on the plane. She's pissed off.
People in the flight hasn't left. It's leaving in 15 minutes. Please, call security. Please call someone. Please call someone. Please call it.
Oh my God, the
You have
kids.
to let us on.
The kid's a Todd in training, okay? And I don't know, yeah, a Todd is basically a male version of a Karen. You know, a Todd is somebody who is ultra sensitive and always wants to speak to the manager and is almost always composed. Almost always just very composed. Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to speak to your manager. Okay. And what is your name? Okay. Right. Yeah. Well, you're not going to be working here for much longer, so yeah, that's a Todd. That's a Todd right there.
We were here. We were right here. Please. I am begging you. Please. No, it's not. It's no, you have to let us on, please.
Like, I can't imagine. I guess I only like if I was in a wedding and I had to make it to that wedding, and if I had to take any other flight, I'd miss the wedding. Right, is probably the only way that I would ever get near that point where I'm begging and I'm screaming and I'm going, please, you know, like, come on, man. And what kind of example you set for that child? The child, it's already rubbing off on the kid. He's already got carte blanche to throw a fit because his mom's doing it.
Who are you?
I'm Phil. Who are you?
I want to know who you are.
I'm Phil.
What's your life story?
My
What?
life story?
What?
What degree do you have, dude? I have 4. And
I only have
25.
1.
Exactly.
Okay, that's not a Karen. That's a girl that's on drugs or she's wasted drunk. Depends on the person, you know, it could be anything, how they behave, but she is definitely under the influence of something and probably already has pre-existing mental deficiencies. And she's probably struggling with that right now. And that's what it looks like to me. So it's a mixture of substance and some sort of mental deficiency.
I'm nothing.
Nobody will remember your name.
What?
Nobody will remember my
Your
name.
kids won't remember. Look at me. You can't because you're too drunk.
I'm too
Hey.
drunk.
I'm right here. What's your kid's name?
I don't have any kids.
Exactly. Will they ever remember your name?
I
What?
assume so.
Because you've given them nothing.
I don't have any kids. What do you mean I've given
Exactly.
them
You've given them
These two people are not even remotely having the same conversation. This poor dude. I mean, I'd be videoing that shit too. I mean, I would be. This random woman is going, what is your name? Your kids probably hate you. You're nothing. And like the dude's like, I don't even have any kids. That is so funny to me. This guy's just completely lost. He doesn't know what to do. This woman could get aggressive at any moment, too. I mean, somebody that unstable.
Nothing to.
I haven't given them life. How have I?
Because you have nothing to give them.
I don't understand.
So, if today was your last day, what would you give
Today
people?
was
Yo,
my
she
last
looks
day.
like the young.
Today
She looks like,
was your last day.
and
Let's
she even sounds like
I
it.
guarantee you my education is 3 times yours. What
Why
was
did
your
that
last
happen?
Not a whole lot. I went to a concert today.
day? Exactly so.
What'd you do today?
Well,
Did you get?
Yo, am I crazy? Is it just me? Or does that lady, has anybody seen Poltergeist? Right? Does she not look like a younger version of the lady that's just like, Carol Ann? Doesn't she look like she's listen to the shit she's talking and look at her face.
Get drunk and chase a guy around on the street?
not at all. I
What
went
did
to
I
my
just do?
family in Dallas.
That's not what I
So
saw. I
then I
just drove in from Dallas.
Exactly. That's all you saw, Phil.
I saw
I'm here to get your daughter out of the TV.
you chasing the guy around on the street.
Guess what? I had
4 degrees. 4 degrees.
Exactly, Phil. What's your GPA and your 1 degree?
2.9.
That's funny.
I already
'cause
have 1 degree. Actually, I'm working on my
3.29.
second.
That's funny because I already have a job worth $75,000.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Is that part of it?
Is
bragging
this
about it?
is this her way of like trying to hook up with this dude? Like, I mean, because she's talking about herself, but she's trying to shit on the guy too. So you could tell that this poor girl's got some serious insecurity issues, right? She probably does got a good job. She's probably really, really like financially well off. She probably worked her ass off, but she's lonely as fuck because she's got these kind of issues, you know? She's probably insecure about her body because she's a little overweight, you know? But people who take pride in themselves, you know, I mean, I like to exercise, right? I like to exercise. I like to take care of myself because I like to feel better, you know? But this is a person who probably hates the way she looks and then allows that to affect her personality in this horrible, sad way. And then there's just this cycle of self-loathing that takes place with this poor girl. And now she's just shit-faced drunk and then completely and totally lonely and desperate because she's not being threatening in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing about this poor woman that's threatening. See, I don't see this woman as somebody who's just mean. I see her as just somebody. I mean, this doesn't count as a Karen either. This lady doesn't count as a Karen. She's just a lonely, poor girl, man. Right? I mean,
No, then nobody will ever remember your name, including bastard children.
My bastard children.
I wonder if she has kids, right? I wonder if she's got kids at home and she's got just some shitty baby daddy, right? And then she's just fucking hammered and just taking that out on random dudes on the street. I wonder if that's what's going on with this girl.
But are unborn. You have a good night
It has
too.
nothing. Well, you think it's about him or I'm going to.
And you have to agree with the Constitution.
Hey, that's it.
What?
I'm going to.
What's this?
Okay, well then do it. You better.
If I needed to.
You better
What?
tell him
Go,
on
go,
that.
go. I swear to God, I will punch you
Hey.
if you.
Don't touch
I
me.
will punch you if you don't.
All right.
I'm not doing anything.
Y'all,
Him on that.
y'all remember what I said about her being aggressive? I think I take it back. But at the same time, hey, what's up, Duty Ron? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. She's clearly aggressive, but it could stand to reason. Now let's take a look at this again real quick, y'all. Let's do this, because am I crazy, or did some other dude come charging at her pretty much? You know, maybe she felt threatened.
Out him or I'm going to.
He's
bastard children.
This guy's over here talking about the freedom of press. So he kind of probably came at her. You don't charge somebody like that in that kind of condition. You're going to put them in a panic, and then they're going to act out. The fact that she didn't act out even more aggressively, I'm a little surprised.
Unborn. You have a good night, too.
It has nothing.
See?
Out him or I'm going to.
And you have to agree with the Constitution.
Hey, out him or I'm going to.
I'll punch him if I need
Okay,
to.
well then do it. You better.
If I needed to.
You better.
And then, yeah, I mean,
I swear to God, I will punch you
Hey.
if you.
Don't touch
I
me.
will punch you if you don't sleep.
I'm not doing anything.
Out him or I'm not him.
You're drunk, girl.
wow.
Excuse me, ma'am, who is the manager?
Classic. What a great start to this one.
Who is the manager? Can I please speak to the manager? Can I please speak to the manager? Can I get a refund right now?
You gotta get it.
Thank you.
Burger King.
You're cursing. Are you serious?
Are
Are you serious? Are you? You cannot treat people like this. This is your job. Are you for real?
No,
I don't know what happened to you today.
Don't y'all love it when the Karens actually film themselves? Like when the Karens pull out the cell phones and they're like, I'm filming you now, but they're totally the aggressors. They're the ones complaining. They're the ones agitated. They're the ones that want to start something. And then they pull out the phone as if they genuinely believe that they're justified in their actions and treating another human being the way that they're doing. I find that very fascinating. They pull out their phones to be like, oh, you know what? I mean, come on, man.
I'm sorry. You wanted to do self-surviving and then gave me some garbage, and I'm not going to eat it.
Randy, okay, get out
And
of
you're rude.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You are so rude.
Give a fuck with.
You are so rude. So, it's on those cameras, and it's going to go, do not touch me. I'm not taking a picture. I'm making sure that I'm going to be safe whenever I walk out of here.
Now, imagine that. Now, and I'm saying this out of experience, people. All right. I've worked in food my entire life. I've worked in food management most of my life. Right. There is no telling what is going on with this lady right here. Right. Because if you've ever worked in a fast food joint, in a pizza joint, especially a big name pizza joint, had to run one, run shifts at one. Let me tell you, man, they like part of that job is keeping labor costs low, right? So they want to get every cent out of that minimum wage that they get out of you. You're always busy. You can't be standing around not doing nothing. And you're taking on top of all that, you're taking shit from some dipshit manager, or you're taking shit from a customer, right? So that takes a toll on people after a while. That's why these places have so much turnover. Is because people get sick and tired of taking shit at that job, and then they quit, they take a little time off, and then guess what? They either get a job back at the same place or they get a job at another place doing the exact same thing. And I'm telling you, I did it my whole life. I did it almost my whole life. I have years of management experience, and I am literally working a job that I love for very little money for a company that I love for very little money, because I know that I have gotten to a point where I have earned a better position once it opens up, because I want to grow in a new business that's not that, because that sucks. A whole lot of what my, I've talked about depression and anxiety on here, and a lot of what made it very difficult to manage was having to go to a job that you hate, that you absolutely 150% despise. And you try to do it with a positive attitude, but then you get somebody like this, where you make something up to standard, right? You're working and you're making one thing after the other and busting your ass. And then you give them the product, and you made that product totally up to par. In fact, you take pride in how at least you're really good at what you do. You hate what you do, but at least you're really good at what you do, right? And so somebody comes up and tells you that what you just handed them was garbage. It's going to piss you off. And who knows what this lady is going through in her life on her off time. She might have a man at home that treats her like crap, probably sleeps on the couch all day, doesn't want to work, maybe. Who knows? Could have 3 kids. One of them could be in trouble all the time. Who knows? Or everything is perfectly lined up as far as her personal life goes, just the way she wants it. But it takes a lot of shit working there because she has to be consistent in her job here. Who knows? But this lady's freaking out over nothing, over a shake or something.
Go, bye. This place is getting shut down. I will do whatever I can.
You took my picture for real?
What do you mean?
Get off of my foot.
You want to get shot?
This is assault.
Wow.
Hi, yeah, I was speaking with
That
the manager,
escalated a little bit. Oh, here we go. Another manager. You guys ready? Another manager.
and I was just.
This is she, and I do not know. It's French vanilla. I don't want to give you something that you got.
No, that's okay. I was just trying to get your name, but you turned off your thing.
Oh, why would you want my name? Because I don't have any coffee tonight, or I don't know if there's berry in there. I'm not going to give you my name either. No?
You're not going to give me your name.
Ma'am. Thank you, and have a great night.
She literally turned, would not tell me her name, and then closed the door. Extremely rude.
I got people to take care of.
So you're not going to give me your name then?
No.
Why is that?
Why do you need my name?
I'm asking you your name because you were.
You're holding up my card.
But you were extremely.
Now that happened all the time, and a lot of the times you're required. It's uniform standard that you got to wear a name tag, right? It's uniform standard. Like if you get inspected by the corporate office, and they'll take points off your inspection because you don't have a name tag on, right? So, but here's the thing: it's only supposed to have your first name. So I would have given her my first name, but a lot of times they ask you your last name. What's your last name? And I'm just like, that ain't none of your business, because you don't want some crazy person showing up at your house or tracking who you are. I mean, that's probably far-fetched. It's probably never going to happen. But why put yourself in a position to where it could? Why make the situation more possible? That doesn't make sense to do that. So I'd be like, no, I don't have to give you my last name. If you call my boss and tell him my first name, he'll know who you're talking about. But I'm not giving you my last name.
You were extremely rude to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You just threw the respect at her.
Get my money so I can leave. Okay. And what you doing driving now? There you go. There you go.
I think I've seen this one before.
Not like a black lady. No, she said I was a nuisance.
Yep.
She said, did she say Kufana was a
And
nuisance?
she was rolling her eyes when she was doing his shit.
Time. I don't get like and like she started dropping Kufana on the floor. She's doing that. Yeah. And the stuff on. She ain't gonna come behind me for no register. She gonna call the cops. Just give me my money back and my Kufana. That's all I asked for. And it's not towards you, but she was nasty to me the first time I was over there, telling me she gotta ring my stuff up each separately. I've never had that done. Miss, I've been couponing for years.
I don't know how to read.
Because of people
Okay, yep, exactly. See, because people like this. I will
And now
post
she
this
came
all
to
over you. I have a large
that
YouTube follower. I will post this all on there. Do not stop at CVS. Please.
Okay, because you said so, I'm not going to shop at CVS. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. That's bullshit. If there's a CVS closest to me, that's where I'm going. I mean, who does that though? Think about that. Who? Let's think about that. You know, you get a bad experience at Burger King, right? Let's say that lady was completely right. You know, she caught it all on video. She's filming and they were totally rude to her, and that was, you know, screw you, blah, 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 right? Who's gonna decide to not go get a Whopper when they have a hankering for a Whopper because they saw that video? Because of that video, they're just gonna be like, oh man, you know what? Get me a Whopper. Add bacon to that back. Oh man. But that's right. There was that video on YouTube. Somewhere in the country, probably wasn't anywhere near me. I'm still not going. That doesn't happen. If you want a Whopper, you're getting a Whopper. That's the amazing thing about about fast food. Let me tell you, I've had the worst experience at least 50% of every KFC that I've ever gone into. But the problem is KFC is freaking delicious. It is original recipe. It is fantastic. Okay. It is so good. So, and I'm telling you, I've had awful experiences almost like 50% of the time I've ever gone in one. And I've lived all over, man. But I'm telling you, for some reason, I don't know why it's so difficult for them to give you good service. Because the product is so good. Now, I've been to KFCs where the service was fantastic. But, I mean, they look at you like they know how good their chicken is, and they don't care what kind of experience you think you had. You're coming back because you know how damn good that chicken is. They know it. They don't care. They've got you locked down. They'll look you dead in the eye and refuse to give you what you want because they know that you're coming back to eat that delicious chicken. You can't not do it. Maybe in Australia, Mignon, but here in the States, KFC is truth. Okay? It is fantastic. The gravy, dude, I remember when I was like, I don't know, I think I was 20, 21. I was hanging out with my buddies, this poolside. It was nighttime, and we were just playing acoustic guitars and just having a good time. It's probably like, I don't know, if I'm 21, then it was 96, I guess. Yeah, it's 96. And we're playing guitars and just having a good time and hanging out, and these jocks, like these preppy jocks, jumped over the fence, and they had Maglite flashlights, and they just started hitting everybody. Right? It was scary as hell. And we heard something might go down because apparently there was these two dudes that hung out with us. They didn't really hang out with us all that much, there was these two dudes that hung out with us that started some shit with these people at the same pool, right? Started some shit with them at the same pool. And I think what happened was one of those guys pushed him into the pool, and then they ended up like smashing one of their windows out. And these two guys, man, I still talk to one of them. Well, not really. He blocked me on Facebook recently, actually, because he's fuck him. He's a pussy anyway. But these two guys, they weren't even there that night. And these guys came to retaliate for the window. These two dudes weren't even there that night, right? And everybody got whooped. Like, these guys were aggressive, and they were big dudes, you know? And I mean, it's Miami. Shit like that goes down in Miami. It just does. And I got cracked. Like, what happened was they went after my buddy, and they hit him across the temple. And I ran over to go help him out. And then this dude saw me coming at enough time to where he could swing it at me. And I'm not a tough guy fighter, you know. I mean, like, I'll talk shit and then end up in a fight, but I almost never win. I don't know how to fight, you know. I was just an angry loudmouth, and I'd get into shit, you know. But this dude, I mean, but if one of my friends is in trouble, I'm gonna run in there and try to help him. And I ran in there to try to help him. This dude saw me coming in enough time. It cracked me right across the jaw, real good, just whoosh. And then I basically I hit my head on the ground. And then this girl that was a really good friend of mine, and she was a little bit younger. I don't remember. I think she's maybe like 18, 19. She was a couple years younger than us, and she jumped in front of me, and she was like, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna hit a girl with a flashlight? You're gonna hit a girl, right?" And then the dude was like, "Ah!" He was like roided out or something. It was crazy, and then he took off, and then another buddy of mine, he got it in the head real hard, and he was bleeding like crazy. So we called an ambulance. We went to our friend's house that was right there, their apartment, and so I sat there. The ambulance came, checked out this dude's head, took him to the hospital, wrapped him up, and then and hey, wow, thanks, Norma Thomas, I appreciate it. They wrapped him up, and he took him in the ambulance. But while they were there, I was like, "Hey, man, could you take a look at my jaw, man? Because it's kind of." And then they were like, "Just put some ice on it. It'll be fine in 2 days." And I was like, "Cool." And then like 3 or 4 days went by. I couldn't eat nothing. I couldn't do nothing. I was like, "Shit." So they I ended up I had no other choice. So I went and I went to the hospital, to the emergency room, and they took an x-ray. My jaw was broken in like 3 places. It was really bad. And then so they wired my mouth shut, and I did the grossest shit. Like, it wasn't gross because it didn't taste bad, but I could not eat any solid food because everything was wired shut. I could not open my mouth at all. It was shut so it could heal. And so I would go to KFC and get just gravy. They'd be like, "You just want gravy?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, just gravy. I want a big thing of it." And I'd go to KFC, I get a big thing of the gravy, I get cream of potato soup, I get Doritos, and I get a couple of cheeseburgers from McDonald's. And then I blend it all up, and then I drink it. And it looked like vomit, but it was delicious. It tasted amazing. And I had to do this for about 6 weeks. It was bad. I've broken so many bones, man. Always doing stupid shit. Always doing stupid shit. You know, I broke my jaw that time. First time I broke my knee, I was at my buddy, the same guy. He had a birthday. Hey, thanks, Tammy Joe. Same guy that I went to help at the pool when we were 16. he had a party, his 16th birthday party, and he had a mosh pit. And I remember I got hired for my first job, and it was at Wendy's. And I got hired that day, and then that night they had the party, live band there. It was fun. And I was in the mosh pit, and my body went one way, my leg went another, and my knee popped, broke, and I was off of my leg for about 6 weeks then. And I got in a bar fight, broke my ankle, kind of the same way. That's a funny story. But I got into let's see, same guy that I got in the bar fight with. I didn't fight him, but we were together and then fought these other guys. And the same guy, and he actually did a couple of my tattoos. Actually, he worked at the shop that I worked at, and he was real hot-headed. He was a real hot-headed dude. Now he's settled down, married, got a couple of kids, owns his own shop now, doing real well. And so it was my birthday and my girlfriend at the time, and her birthday is the following day after mine. So it was real easy we get to celebrate that together. It was kind of like Christmas. It was really cool to have that with her. And this dude shows up to a party for us at a bar, and we get hammered, wasted. And my girlfriend at the time, now, okay, this is Miami. This is Hialeah. My girlfriend at the time, she was full-blooded Cuban, right? And totally Hialeah, but a really, really classy girl in the sense of how she treated people, and really sweet, really kind, a lot of respect for herself, but she liked to have fun. She liked to party. And so we got wasted one night at this party, and she was wearing kind of like a little schoolgirl mini skirt. And I remember, she's full-blooded Cuban, man. She had an ass that was just, you could, bam, it's a fantastic thing. And she had this little skirt, and, she looked great. And so she goes to the bathroom, and then she comes back, and then she's like, man, some guy, and it's a really crowded bar. She's like, some guy stuck his fucking hand up my skirt and grabbed my ass, like almost like, I was like, what? And I was hammered, and I was like, who the fuck did that? Point him out. Show me who it was. And she's like, I don't know who it was. Dude, you don't ever, first of all, women who are listening, you never, ever, ever, ever tell your man that happened to you at that moment if you can't point the guy out, because now that dude is stewing. Because that's what happened. I just started stewing, and I started pointing. I started looking at I was clocking every single dude in the bar, looking at who the hell disrespected my lady like that. And my buddy, he shows up. I'm already just fucking pissed, and this guy shows up, and he's pissed. He starts drinking, and he just tells me out of the blue, he just goes, I want to wreck somebody tonight, dude. And I was like, yeah, me too. I was just in that. Yeah, this was years ago. This was like over 10 years ago. And so sure enough, these dudes that are right in front of us, we're at a table, there's a bar. These dudes are not facing the bar, but facing us, because we are directly across from the bar, and they're facing us. And these two drunken assholes are just gawking at my girlfriend, like as if I'm not even sitting there. Right. And we were already looking for trouble, and so I walk up with them, and I'm more of a talker, as you guys can see. And I start talking to the dude, just talking shit. And I'm so hammered. And then somebody runs right into me, right? I thought the guy that Mike was yelling at was swinging on me because I was talking shit to his friend. But what happened was, so this body hits me and I tussle with it, take it to the ground, and then I just start hitting the dude, right? And then a bouncer pulls me off, and then my girlfriend, she's wearing this little skirt, but she was wearing Doc Martens. She started stomping on the dude. And so, Jesus, I can't believe this even happened. Like, I'm not even close to that same guy anymore. I can't even believe that. It's crazy to tell that story now. But she starts stomping on the dude. So here I am thinking that his buddy attacked me and I got the drop on him. But as I was going down, my ankle twisted to a point like my ankle just bent and it broke. I broke my ankle. And so what actually took place was, while I'm talking shit to this one dude, Mike just walked up to the other guy and took his elbow across his face and smashed his nose, because I was wondering why there was already blood on me, like when I was hitting the guy. It didn't make sense to me. Mike hit the guy in the nose, across his nose, and the impact of him getting hit pushed him onto me, and I didn't see what happened because I was yelling at the other guy, and I went down, took him down, and then started wailing on him, and then another guy, same guy. I was riding in a car. I for some reason, he was driving, and we were going to a very, very close, just across the parking lot type thing. I sat up on the trunk of the car as he drove. He took a turn a little too fast. I fell off the car, landed on my shoulder, and hit my head and broke my clavicle. And and I've broken my finger, like, played wrestling with another bandmate of mine. We were drunk and messing around, and every time I've broken something, it's been doing something fucking stupid. Every time. I have no heroic tales. Nothing of the sort. Just dumb shit. Just bad decisions. So, yeah. So that's what made me think of that, was drinking gravy from KFC. Sometimes I just get the gravy and I would just drink it, man. Like, it's delicious. KFC is fantastic. So if I have a bad experience, and then, I'm saying, if I see somebody have a bad experience on YouTube, they post it on YouTube, and they go, "Don't ever eat KFC," I'm going to laugh. I'm going to be like, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to stop eating KFC. I mean, I eat Chick-fil-A, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not religious. I think it's kind of shitty of them to close on Sunday, because sometimes I'll get a hankering for Chick-fil-A on Sunday, and they're closed. I'm like, fuck. I mean, that's so stupid that they're closed on Sunday, man. They're missing out on all kinds of business. But I mean, their product and service is so consistently good that you're always going to eat Chick-fil-A no matter what. It could be open once a week and you'll just appreciate it that much more. What's up, that girl? All right, I'm trying to look at chat, but I can only do it from my phone. Here we go. Tara Lee, what's up? Dude, I would love that, man. KFC, sponsor me, dude. I will, yeah. I'd be up here just talking about KFC. I would be eating KFC right here on this thing. Like, all they have to do is give me free KFC. I don't need no money. All they gotta do is just give me free KFC, man. I'll sit up here and I'll talk about it all day. Yo, what's up, Bang Bang Kiss Kiss 007? What's up, Suzanne Murray? Let's see. Every time twice I have broken a bone, my dogs were involved. March 15th last year, snapped tibia into and cracked fibula. My foot was flopping free of my leg. Oh, dude. There's footage of like a WrestleMania. There was this wrestler named Sid Justice. In another wrestling, he was Sid Vicious, but he was wrestling and somebody like threw him and he landed just the way he landed on the mat. You see his foot go and break and just flop. It's gnarly. Like, it's awful. It's gnarly as hell. I could never do it right, Rockabilly Daisy. Frying my old fried chicken, I could never do it right. I could never, like, I tried. At the first couple are all right, but like I tried, using like buttermilk and egg, and then rolling it around. You know what I did once? It was delicious. I just couldn't get it to stick to the chicken. But I did I used the buttermilk and egg as like an adhesive for the breading, and what I use for breading is I crushed up Funyuns into like a fine, almost powder, dude. Right? I crushed up Funyuns and I used it. Oh, dude, it was delicious. I should have seasoned the chicken a little bit better, is what I should have done. But the next time I do that, believe me. A lot of people don't like KFC, man, because there's the rumor that they don't even like use like natural born chickens. They use like clone chickens that don't even have like they're born without like beaks or feathers. That's why you never really see feathers sticking out. You see that in churches and Popeyes, but you never really see like a feather sticking out of the chicken. When you get the chicken at Walmart, there's always a little bit of feathers in the wings, right? Sticking out. Yo, you don't know where you from? MJM, CMI Mel. Is that Melbourne? Are you Australian like Mignon? Oh, see, Mignon doesn't even know what the fuck is Funyuns. Funyuns are like chips, dude. They're like, yeah. Funyuns are chips. They're not chips, okay? They're rings. They're shaped like onion rings, right? And they're onion flavored. You know what they are? They're onion flavored Captain Crunch. It's the same exact thing. Instead of them being sweetened, I knew it, Australia, I knew it. Instead of being sweetened, they're salted and flavored with onion, and they're in the shape, but it's the same exact formula as Captain Crunch. I guarantee you it is. How'd I do, Caleb? Did I explain them okay? I can't believe that I got to explain Funyuns. I love that. Yeah, they're airy, dude. They are. But I'm 90% sure, dude, that if you did not salt them or season them the way that you do and you sweeten them, they would taste exactly like Captain Crunch. I'm almost positive. Oh, they're definitely fried. They're definitely fried. Yeah. The fuck do you mean what the fuck is Captain Crunch? How do you not know what Captain Crunch is, Mignon? How do you not know what Captain Crunch is? They don't have Captain Crunch in Australia. Dude, I would never live in Australia. You got me messed up. I'm never living in Australia. That's never going to happen. That would never happen. No Captain Crunch and no Funyuns. I get cravings for Funyuns from time to time. I get cravings for them. Yeah. Susan Marie, we're taking it easy tonight. We're taking just a little break from all the craziness in the world. I'm sorry if this is boring to some people. I mean, all I wanted to do is just get on here and kind of kick it with you guys, and just keep it light. I really did tonight. I kind of needed to do that. I didn't really need to go live, but I wanted to go live, but I need to just kind of just chill out and keep the subject matter nice and easy. No deep thinking, no, we don't need all that. So Tara Lee, you say you have Captain Crunch chicken tenders dipped in honey mustard sauce. Oh my God, with honey beer. Where's this? That sounds like heaven. Where is this? Nah, man, if you ain't got Captain Crunch, Mignon, if you ain't got Captain Crunch or Funyuns, I don't want any of the food that you guys consider to be decent. I don't even want it. It's not even a fair trade. It's not even a fair trade. I would not even take the chance. You go, oh, try this. I'm going to be like, nope. Koalas, joeys, and kangaroo meat is what they eat. You're a poet and didn't know it. Yeah, I'm super hungry. I'm going to make some chili dogs after this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some chili dogs. I'm going to find a movie to watch. As a matter of fact, I'm going to wrap this up very soon. Do you seriously eat koalas? That's morbid, dude. You're in Wisconsin, man. Yeah, see, Wisconsin. I would imagine that there's not a whole lot of nightlife in Wisconsin. I've never been to Wisconsin, so I'm just being pretty presumptuous here. I'm kind of assuming that Wisconsin isn't necessarily isn't booming with party towns. So I'm guessing that places to eat, interesting places to eat, the kind of shit you see on the Travel Channel that's in butt fuck God knows where, like that's what you got going on in Wisconsin. Delicious food, fantastic, amazing food. I'm in Tennessee, Eastern time zone. I was gonna say, Mignon, that's messed up. Eating koalas. Never look at you the same. Never look at you the same if I found out you ate koalas. I'm obviously joking. I never thought that you ate koalas. Lots of bars. Right. I'm sure there's tons of bars, man. Like, what's Wisconsin? I know Wisconsin's got cheese, lots of cheese. So I'm guessing they got a lot of dairy farms out there, right? A lot of dairy farmers that like to go to the pub, tie one on. Probably got one of those Pabst Blue Ribbon signs kind of sticking out right above the door. Yeah, you're probably right. Green Bay's probably got, man, Green Bay's real proud of their football team, man. They probably got tons of fun shit to do. "45 minutes north of Milwaukee." And that's not far at all from Chicago. I know that. Yeah. The whole cheese thing. Right. The whole cheese thing. Menville gal? Welcome. Yeah, rural Wisconsin. I guess every place has rural places. Like Tennessee definitely does. That's for sure. There's not really a whole lot to do here either, to be honest. Not where I'm at. Now, if I lived in Nashville, that'd be different. If I lived in Nashville's probably got. Yeah, I mean, I partied in Nashville actually. I rode a mechanical bull in Nashville. I remember because my mom actually used to live there, and so we. Those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, my cover photo is actually taken in Nashville, and those are my two first cousins, and they're like brothers to me. So my mom had gotten remarried. That was years ago. My mom had gotten remarried, and so we were like, we gotta find stuff to do here in Nashville. We gotta hang out. We gotta, you know, it's great when you rarely get to see your brothers and cousins, and your cousins are like your brothers. So like, we were able to go out and have a really, really good time. And we got hammered. And then I was like, there's a bar somewhere in this vicinity that has a mechanical bull, and I'm going to find it. And so we found it. It didn't take us long. All you got to do is just ask around. The streets were packed, man. It was really, really downtown Nashville is really, really fun and a lot to do if you're out partying. So yeah, we found a mechanical bull, and I didn't last very long on it at all. But it was cool. It was fun. Maybe it was Cotton Eye Joe's. I don't even remember. They had karaoke too. I got up there and sang Tom Petty's American Girl. That was fun. 45 minutes from Watts. Wow. Why is everybody talking about Watts again all of a sudden, dude? Why is that happening? I can't get the fuck away from that case, man. Like, it's so dead, and I can't get away from it. People just keep bringing it up. Yeah, you got to check out Nashville Mignon for sure if you're here. All right, y'all. We're gonna do this again soon. I don't know what we're gonna do next. I'll think of something, and we'll have a nice time. And if you haven't checked out Critical K's live from last night, watch that. It was pretty entertaining. I had a good time. So I was on there with her. If you got nothing better to do, like all day, put that on and listen to it. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot. And we will be doing this again very soon, my friends.